Imagine spending years hunting for that next big win, watching pitch after pitch from the same places, the same cities, the same networks. Silicon Valley's flashing neon glow, blinding everyone to what's happening beyond its borders. The problem isn't just in where you look, it's what you expect to find there. The truth is, being stuck chasing the familiar is like trying to find fresh water by digging the same well deeper. It may work for a moment, but it's running dry. The pain of seeing so much potential wasted because eyes are glued to the usual spots. It's real. The frustration of watching bold ideas, born outside these tech bubbles, struggle to be seen, to be heard, to get their shot. It's almost cruel. Here's the brutal fact. Silicon Valley has become a fortress of habit, a garden where only certain seeds are planted, watered, and harvested. It's where comfort zones become luxury suites, and conformity is the currency. And guess what? That fortress is no longer the edge, it's the center. The result? Innovation is getting recycled, playbooks getting rewritten just slightly, and risk is increasingly tamed. Meanwhile, real breakthroughs, the ones that shake the ground, often sprout up in places where no one dares to look. Small towns, overlooked cities, emerging markets, and online communities you've never heard of. There's a deep undercurrent of raw, unfiltered creativity pulsing there. It hurts to admit, but the next big thing might not have a zip code with a famous area code. It might be someone coding in a cramped apartment in Lagos, a group in Buenos Aires solving supply chain nightmares with blockchain, or social impact warriors in Bangalore creating tech that actually fights corruption. These people don't fit the mold of the Silicon Valley story. No slick pitch decks polished by elite incubators, no unicorn talk just yet. But their hunger, their drive, it's unmatched. So why do most VCs keep betting on places they already know? The answer's mostly comfort disguised as strategy. There's an addiction to patterns, to replication, to what seems safe. The danger is that clinging to this means missing out on startups that are not just different, but fundamentally game-changing. Ideas born from unique problems and unique perspectives that the Silicon Valley ecosystem cannot replicate or even understand properly. What if the real future doesn't look anything like the past? What if the next breakthrough tech isn't about building a better app to share your lunch, but creating infrastructure to feed millions in unpredictable climates? What if the world's real challenge starters aren't in offices with beanbags, but in communities facing grit and necessity every single day? Looking beyond Silicon Valley means rewiring how value is seen and where it's found. It demands stepping out of those Zoom rooms where the same faces nod and raising capital for the same-looking startups. It means silk-wearing venture capitalists need to catch real dust, rolling up sleeves, visiting overlooked places, listening to voices that don't speak the same startup dialect, learning a new language of problems and solutions. There's an incredible lesson here. Innovation doesn't follow a map. It follows pain and possibility. Wherever there is a problem screaming for a fresh solution, that's the birthplace of the next startup unicorn. Not in some predictable hotspot, but wherever guts, genius, and desperation collide. Growth markets, second-tier cities, digitally connected but economically disconnected populations, those are gold mines rushing past the eyes of most investors. It's not just about cleverness, it's about courage. The courage to rewrite the rules of where innovation is born. And yes, it's scary. It means trusting founders with messy backgrounds, with ideas that don't fit tidy pitch molds. It means investing in entirely new ecosystems that don't come with a playbook. It means failure will feel different, often less polished, but every risk is a possibility explosion waiting to happen. Chasing Silicon Valley's formula alone guarantees one thing: being trapped in the same loop. The real impact creators, the ones who will reshape entire industries, are out there working outside traditional hubs. They challenge standards that Silicon Valley takes for granted. They solve problems Silicon Valley doesn't even see as problems. And they build tools Silicon Valley hasn't imagined yet. So, what if the next big startup isn't in Silicon Valley? What if it's in your blind spot, the region you have never considered, or the community you underestimated? The painful reality is that unless that possibility is embraced, the opportunity to lead the next wave of innovation will vanish. And with it, the chance to be part of a movement that really changes the world, not just chases flashy status symbols. Here's what must happen. Stop looking for tomorrow's winners only where it's comfortable. Start seeking founders who refuse the rules, who navigate uncharted territories daily. Prioritize grit and authenticity over slickness. Back products that solve urgent human problems over trendy market segments. Build venture capital strategies that embrace complexity, not just simplicity. Understand that real transformation is messy and needs patience. It's about planting seeds in new soils, then watering them with more than just capital, with knowledge, networks, and empathy. What's a practical step to begin? Commit to expanding your horizon beyond accidental favorites. Map ecosystems you don't know. Partner with local operators who live and breathe their markets. Interrupt the standard pipeline. Find stories over referrals. Look for hustle over hype. Back commitment over charisma. Realize that tech scenes aren't just cities. They're communities organized around challenges. Invest time to understand, not just to profit. The power then comes back to you as an investor, because only real believers break the pattern. Only the brave rewrite the map. When capital flows to places it has never flown before, exponential impact follows. Not just financial returns, but social, cultural, and technological revolutions that outsize their origin stories. So the question isn't if. The next big startup will be somewhere unexpected. The question is, will you be the one who finds it there? Or will you keep chasing echoes in the valley's canyons, while the true wildfires grow quietly elsewhere? The truth is stark and clear. Innovation will not be waiting for permission from old hubs to explode. It will find its way through the cracks, in silence, pushing boundaries where no one else looks. This moment is a call. For those tired of repeats, for those hungry to see new worlds unfold, for those ready to make bold moves beyond borders. Ignore this call, and the cycle continues. Embrace it, and you become part of something raw, urgent, and unstoppable. Venture capital can be a guardrail, or it can be a launchpad. It can keep the seeming order of things, or it can disrupt, ignite, and transform. The power is in walking toward the edge, the odd, the unknown, the overlooked. Because that's where freedom lives. That's where the magic lives. That's where the world doesn't just get fixed. It gets reinvented. It's time to stop hunting in familiar places for familiar stories. The next big startup isn't just out there. It's everywhere you haven't dared to look yet. And you? You have the fuel to find it, to back it, to watch it carve a new future. Choose to see beyond the shine of the valley's skyline and step into the vast, wild world waiting for those who dare.